Hey everyone, long time no see. I'm your host, in case you hadn't, forgotten. And it is Friday the something of May, 15th I think of May. Um, uh, God, I've just been so busy today. I've been thrown off a little bit. I was playing some Diablo 3, and currently we're in the middle of a birthday week of Diablo. Actually, it started yesterday, where they're allowing an extra 100% chance of legendaries to drop. Now, that just basically means whatever the existing chance was times two. So I think it's. But I read last night about the legendary drop rates that if you haven't received a legendary item, and legendary crafting items don't count, or recipes for that matter, if you haven't received a legendary item, weapon, armor, something like that, within by the time you've hit like 2 hours of gameplay, for each additional hour of play, the existing chance for a legendary to drop doubles. So, for example, like say it's like 2.6% for the first 2 hours, and then after that, the game starts to go, oh, wait, they're not being rewarded enough for the gameplay, or as it were. And so for the next hour, it doubles it. And then the next hour after that, it doubles it again, and so on and so forth. So, I mean, technically, you could get to a point where you have a 100% chance of getting a legendary item if it doesn't drop. And this is mainly for those people who, most people are going to get that legendary item that drops within 2 hours. And you have to be killing things. You can't just log into the game and stand there and muck about in town for 2 hours. In order to get this to happen, you have to actually be an active participant in the game. I'm sure you can take breaks here and there. I mean, I don't think it's super rigid, but you do have to be getting kills. You have to be breaking things. You have to be, walking around and stuff like that. And so I think that's really fascinating. I think that's particularly cool. Also, if the lighting is really terrible in this video, I'm sorry, but the sun is right there, and I need the drapes to protect my fair skin and whatever. I don't want to get blinded by the thing. Also, I've been playing SimCity, the latest one. It came out about a year ago or something, and it came out to a lot of hoots of derision, I believe is the phrase. And essentially, the best part for me, I think, was waiting the year to play the game. It's fun, it's dynamic, it's different from previous Sim Cities, and I especially like the fact that so I'm building a city and I'm going along, and all of a sudden I come across a cash flow problem, and I can't overcome it for whatever reason. So I pull out of the city, I go down to the tract down the road, and I start building up another city, kind of similar but different. And I start addressing some of the issues I need addressed. But because my first city had excess power, water, sewage, and garbage capacity, I farm it out to the new city so they don't have to build that. So instead, with the new city, it's just tacking on. Essentially, it's like a suburb of my suburb, if you will. And so, I'm building along, and I'm like, I need money in that other city. Okay, send $10,000 to myself, something like that. Although I did notice you can only send money in lots of 10,000. So it was like at that point in the game, it was either 10,000 or 20,000, and I wasn't about to send 20,000. Um, so I kind of like that. You can address issues with one city by going to another city, building it up, designing it to address that issue, and then, what have you. So that's cool. Let me think. I need to get to some accounting. I've been doing accounting for my friends at Tangent Artists, just volunteering my time. It's a weekend kind of thing. Although I haven't touched the books. It's a spreadsheet in Excel, like lots of worksheets it's an Excel workbook thingy. And I haven't been keeping up with it the last few months because I was so focused on school, and just, when I wasn't in school, I was just mellowing out at home and relaxing and using all that free time if I needed to on homework and preparation and stuff like that. So I didn't really spend a lot of time on the books. And tomorrow we need to do finances, and I'm like, I put it off, and I intended to get to it yesterday, but I wound up doing playing SimCity for far too long yesterday, and then I played Diablo 3, and then I intended to get to it today, and I spent all morning playing Diablo 3, and then I just got home with my dad from going out and about. So I'm planning on looking at the spreadsheet and seeing if actually I have to do anything. If I do have to do anything, it's probably just plugging in the numbers that I got last time around into the appropriate places. But I already have that in the scratch page, if you will. It's just a list of quickie list of transactions, like this is what this is what this is, so that I know that I need to do something with it. And so I really don't think I have to do anything right now. I'm going to be doing a lot of that same work tomorrow anyways. I'm going to be given a lot of numbers, and I'm going to have to allocate them to the spreadsheets as they arise, essentially. So I think I can do all that work tomorrow at the meeting, the business meeting. So we'll see. But I did sign up with a staffing agency recently to see if I could get something at least over the summer. But I mean, that said, if that doesn't happen, what I would do is I would focus on making sure that the Tangent Artists book is ready to go for whatever necessary. And I'm thinking about proposing tomorrow a supplies ledger, because I mean, they're artists, and so they have a lot of physical media that they make. They do the webcomic thing, but they also do a lot of hand-drawn stuff. So like, there's in their supplies, there's like notebooks and paper and pens, markers, pencils, colored pencils, so on and so forth, ad infinitum. And I kind of need to know, when do I expense that out? Like, I know that one Copic marker can be really expensive depending on the color and, the quality of that particular marker. So it's like, does someone just say, oh yeah, just expense out a marker? And I'm like, I don't know how much the marker costs. I don't know. So that's why I'm thinking we need a specific ledger, so I can specifically identify the supplies we have, so that I can write them off as they get used up. And I don't think that's that big of a deal. It's basically just what we have now in supplies. I don't think we've done a supplies valuation yet. Like, we haven't sat down with all the supplies and gone, okay, this is how much our supplies are worth. So we need to do that in order to have an accurate value for the company. So there's a lot of work that goes into these numbers, but in the end, you get a general. You don't just get a general. You get a really good feel for, how much your company is worth and how much you have to work with, and how much money you owe to people and how much money you're owed by people, and so on and so forth. That said, I don't think they're going to have much in the way of taxes, considering they don't make much money at all. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't. I like, taxes still scare the crap out of me. My federal taxation class, somehow I got straight A's this semester. Somehow. My federal taxation class I got an A in, and my business law class I got an A in, which I was really sure I was going to get a B in both of those. So, I don't know what happened. I don't know how close to a B I am, or was, in those, because I don't have a number to look at. But we'll see what happens with that. So anyways, that's really it. It was a quickie catch-up. Well, I guess it wasn't necessarily quick. Several minutes long catch-up video. But hopefully that satisfies some people who prefer vlogs to my gameplay videos, and I'm sorry about that. It's just I'm kind of lazy, and this chair is usually full of folded clothing that I am too lazy to put in the closet. So also, the table beneath the camera right now is covered in stuff. So anyway, that's why I like to do gameplay videos. They're easy, quick, dirty, and I can just prattle on for about 5-10 minutes, whatever. Kind of like I'm doing here. So, yeah. Until next time, you share.